Okay, here's a thought for you. What if being a good person is actually a trap? I know, it sounds crazy, right? But this is a really profound idea from the great sage Sri Aurobindo, and it forces us to look at our own virtues in a completely new light. So today, let's dive into this very concept of the golden chain and see how our best qualities might be the very things holding us back from real freedom.
To really get the feel for this, I think we have to hear it in Sri Aurobindo's original words. Just listen to the rhythm, the weight of this. जैसे राजसिक अहंकार होता है, वैसे ही सात्विक अहंकार भी होता है। जैसे पाप मनुष्य को बांधता है, वैसे ही पुण्य भी मनुष्य को बांधता है। संपूर्ण वासना शून्य होमबार, त्यागपूर्वक ईश्वर को आत्मसमर्पण नहीं करने से पूर्ण स्वाधीनता नहीं है।
And here it is in English. Wow. The paradox is just stunning. Even virtue can become a chain. Just sit with that for a second. How can our best intentions, our purest actions possibly become a prison? Well, to get our heads around it, we need to dig into the philosophy behind it.
All right, so to really unpack this, we've got to start with a core concept from Sankhya philosophy known as the three gunas. You can think of these as the three fundamental energies or qualities that make up literally everything in the material world, and that includes our own minds.
So here are those three energies that are always at play within us. First up, you have tamas. This is the energy of inertia, darkness, inactivity, what we might call that heavy, sluggish feeling. Then you've got rajas. This is all about passion, action, ambition. It's the fire that gets things done. And finally, there's sattva, the quality of purity, light, and harmony. Now, this is what spiritual seekers are always trying to cultivate. But here's the twist, and this is absolutely crucial. It's in this highest quality that the most subtle trap of all is hidden.
And this is where we see two totally different kinds of pride emerge. On the one hand, you've got rajasic pride, which is born from that fiery, passionate energy. It's loud, it's obvious. It's the ego shouting, "Look what I did, look at my power." We can usually spot that a mile away. But then there's sattvic pride, and this one is so much sneakier. It's that quiet, internal whisper that says, "My virtue makes me better than others," or even, "Look how humble and spiritual I am." And according to Sri Aurobindo, that is the most dangerous pride of all.
So this brings us to the core metaphor of this whole thing, the idea that our virtue, our goodness, can forge a chain that can bind us just as tightly as any sin, except this one isn't made of rusty iron, it's made of pure gold.
Think about it, right? An iron chain, that represents sin. It feels like a prison. It's ugly, it's heavy. We instinctively know we want to break free from it. But a golden chain? Well, that's beautiful. It's something to be admired. People might even praise you for wearing it. But, and this is Sri Aurobindo's whole point, it is still a chain. It still binds you.
So how exactly is this golden chain made? Well, the problem isn't doing a good deed. That's not it at all. The chain gets forged in the attachment that comes after. It's our attachment to the praise we get, or the good feeling we have about ourselves, or, and this is the real clincher, our attachment to the very identity of being a good person. We end up becoming prisoners of our own wonderful reputation. This quote just nails it. A perfect example of this is the story of the great sage Vishwamitra. I mean, this man performed incredible austerities for thousands of years, gaining immense spiritual power. But his goal was still driven by ego. He wanted the title of Brahma Rishi, the highest possible honor. You see, he was focused on achieving a pure desire, not on the absence of desire itself. And that attachment to his status, that was his golden chain. So let's just break this down step by step to see how this sneaky process works. It starts with step 1. You do something good, something virtuous. Then, step 2, you develop an attachment to it. You feel good about yourself. Step 3, your ego, your sense of I, or ahamkara, latches onto this new identity of being a good person. And that leads you right to step 4. Boom! You're bound by that beautiful, respectable golden chain.
Okay, so if even our virtue can be a trap, are we just doomed? Is there no way out? Absolutely not. And thankfully, both Sri Aurobindo and the Bhagavad Gita show us a very clear path to breaking this final, most beautiful chain.
The solution is called absolute surrender, or in yoga, Ishvara Pranidhana. And here's the absolute key. This is not about stopping your actions. You keep doing good in the world. What you give up is the feeling that you are the one doing it. You give up your doership. You release your claim on both the action and its result, becoming a channel, not the source. And when that surrender really happens, this incredible shift occurs. You're no longer the main character in the story. Instead, you become an instrument for a higher divine power. Action just flows through you. And this is so liberating because it frees you from the weight of both success and failure, from both pride and shame, because the outcome is no longer yours.
You know, this whole idea is captured perfectly in one of the most powerful verses from the Bhagavad Gita, Sarva Dharman Parityaja, Mam Ekam Sharanam Vraja. This means, abandon all dharmas, all forms of righteousness, and take refuge in me alone. It's such a radical call to let go of every label, even the good one, and just surrender.
So, this is what it all comes down to. True freedom, or moksha, isn't just about breaking the iron chains of sin, it's about having the wisdom to recognize and then break the golden chains of our own virtue. It's about moving beyond the whole game of good and bad that belongs to nature, or prakriti, to realize the absolute, unconditional freedom of our true self, the Purusha.
And that brings us right back to where we started, to that core question at the heart of Sri Aurobindo's teaching. After all this, it's a question we have to ask ourselves, honestly. Is the most beautiful chain still a chain?